whether it's because of COVID-19 that has led Quincy. Jeez. What? Whether we're looking at what's been happening globally or the social uprisings that make us question our work and life, the way we work has changed drastically, specifically around where we work. Many of us have been driven to work remotely, and the mental health repercussions aside, there are many perks that we know that comes with remote work. In fact, many people wish that they work remote even before 2020. People boast about being a quote-unquote digital nomad, being able to travel while they work wherever they want, whenever they want. As someone who is a part of that global remote workforce right now, I want to put that to the test. I'll be making use of the July 4th weekend in the United States here, where I will have a day off on Monday, to travel. So I'll be traveling the week before to Raleigh, where my company has an existing office, to work and also hopefully see the city while I'm there, and then take a road trip back up from North Carolina to Connecticut where I am. So will I be able to work and play at the same time? We'll see. I'm gonna head off to Perk right now, and the next time you see me will be at the airport or even North Carolina. Because I arrived on a Saturday and my coworker whom I was staying with was nice enough to bring me around. We went to the local market, the Bicentennial Mall, the basically sites in downtown Raleigh, including the Museum of Natural Sciences that we see here. Apparently, North Carolina is known as the Smithsonian of the South, so that was fun. Alright, so I started my work week working from home. In fact, I think I spent 3 out of 5 of the working days working from my co-worker space. So as you can see, I spent quite a bit of time setting up my work desk. We took a monitor, keyboard, and those things, basically from the office on Sunday, set it up and started my day. Same thing as I usually do at home, probably a bit more comfortable with thick blankets and just a companion to kind of like body double. I spent the middle of the week being in the office, which is where the fun part is. I met a lot of my co-workers who also recommended me great food like the one on the screen, which is the roast pork noodle soup, which is a Laotian dish. And I got to meet a lot of them, spoke to them about their lives, their careers, which I typically don't really get in terms of like the in-person experience when I was working from home. We also get to explore Raleigh a little bit from a local's perspective. My coworker brought me to a lot of the local sites and stores to support local business. So would I say that the perks of working remote is true? I'll say yes to a certain extent. Like I've shown in this video and my experience, I got to travel while working and also use that time as a result to take less leave days, so to speak, from my otherwise fully in-person work, where I travel anywhere, I would have to take a lot of leave days, so on and so forth. Though, I want to note that the quote-unquote digital nomad life that we see on Instagram that I've mentioned earlier in this video are mostly people who are self-employed. So they are YouTubers, they are entrepreneurs, people who can basically take their work anywhere and they're not bound by their geography. For those of us who are employed by a company, it can be a lot more difficult to be mobile in the way that they are for a multitude of reasons. Some of the reasons can be tax implications, where company would have to set up an entity at the state where you're in if you're in the United States and be aware of the local tax laws, for example, and they have to check or kind of like get educated about the tax laws in each state. Granted, if you are going for a temporary move, like I did, just a 1 week away from my home base, then that's of course not a problem. But if we're talking about going to a different state every 3 months, every 6 months, that would be a lot more difficult. That said, I do enjoy the flexibility that remote work has given me and my colleagues. It's because of their flexibility and their trust from our employers to us that we are able to spend more time together connecting and exploring wherever we are, right? Whether it's my colleagues coming to the nearest office, which is Boston, and us showing them around, or me going to Raleigh and them having the time to show me around. We have the ability to say, look, we're done for work for the day, and so let's head out of the office and show you around. Looking forward into the future, I think remote work is here to stay, whether it's in the form of fully remote like what we're doing now because of the pandemic, or a hybrid workforce where we go in 2 to 3 times a week, depending on your employer. I think it will definitely remain in place because I feel, at least for me, have done fully in-person work and fully remote work, that there's more to life than just work, and fully in-person work kind of prohibits that. You have to be in the office from a set amount of hours, and even if you don't, you might get judged, your work performance might get evaluated poorly because of people's perceptions of the work you put in, so on and so forth, for so many reasons. I also have to say that workplace gossip and organizational politics are so much lesser remotely than in person. That is not to say I don't miss organic conversations that come up from working in person. I do, and that's why I feel like hybrid work is the way to go. At the same time, I enjoy not having to be in the office 5 days a week and having those organic conversations turn into topics or conversations around people at work. So that's my take on the mobile aspect of remote work. Let me know if you want me to do a video on the pros and cons of remote working in the comments down below. Thank you for your time. I hope you stay safe, take care, and see you in the next video.